Bentornati su Bravely Default. In questo episodio andremo avanti nel comando centrale di Eternia, ma prima un paio di accorgimenti, se posso chiamarli così. Ho deciso di cambiare un po' le classi perché, ho indovinato un po', abbiamo prodotto delle altre classi, quindi Maestro Spiritico per Agnes, che magari non è il meglio per Agnes, ma lo preferisco. E poi c'è anche il risparmio di punti di magia per la magia bianca, quindi è buono. Che indovinato un po' cos'è Agnes. A proposito, devo cambiare l'abilità non in magia nera ma in magia bianca, perché altrimenti non cura, non fa niente Agnes. Edia penso di fare per adesso così, perché voglio almeno allenarmi qualche classe, dato che non posso fare niente con altre classi di Edia stessa. Cioè, cavaliere al massimo. Tutte le classi pesanti tecnicamente sono già al massimo di Edia, tranne pirata. Quindi ho deciso di metterla... dov'è? Valkyria. Finché almeno non arriva a 14 e poi siamo a posto. Già l'ho messo l'abilità, giusto? Sì. Va bene, va bene, va bene, va bene. Ringameli invece resterà così, perché non ho nessun'altra classe da mettergli. Le classi che volevo mettergli ci stanno già, e quindi si va avanti. Ah, giusto, devo modificare il tasso di incontri, se no la gente qua si lamenta, perché non incontro nemici. E tutto quanto ok, perfetto. Equipaggiamento un attimo per vedere se va tutto bene. Sì. Sì, sì. E tridente, perfetto. Si va avanti nel comando centrale di Eternia.
Hail, Nessian children of man.
Who's there?
A petulant daughter's act of rebellion against the father who neglected her.
What?
The naive Vestal's sense of justice as dictated by others, unquestioned as it is unflinching. An orphaned existence, ignorant of himself and alone in this world. Has playing as the trusty friend filled your hollow soul, boy?
Show yourself!
Not but children, all of you.
What?
I am done here. I leave the rest to you, Alternus Dim.
Your cooperation is much appreciated.
Cooperation? No. It is simply a matter of friendly concern. My interest lies in the Templars... the Grand Marshal's daughter. You may cast the remaining 3 into the dungeon, if you so wish.
Yes, my lord.
The 2 newest members of the Council of 6 have perished at the hands of the Vestal. 'Tis such a pity. I never had the chance to meet them.
So Victor and Victoria have met their end?
Yes, Lord Marshal.
A tragic end to tragic lives.
Indeed. But the Vestal and her fellow conspirators have been captured.
Though the toll was heavy, we have them at last. Well done, Alternus. Well done.
No, this was not my doing. It was his.
I see.
There was one more matter, Lord Marshal. Your daughter, Idia, is in her room.
And?
I simply thought you'd wish to know.
Is this my room? Where is everybody?
Edia è l'unica del gruppo, esattamente come è successo all'inizio del gioco, quando siamo andati a parlare con l'oste, se non erro. Comunque, siamo Edia. Bene, a proposito, devo cambiare il primo dei personaggi, perché tipo siamo rimasti, chi? Tiz per un casino di tempo? Comunque, letto. Possiamo dormire e recuperare le nostre energie. Credo che questo valga solamente per Edia, perché vi ricordo che adesso siamo gli unici del gruppo, quindi non so se tutto il resto delle persone... Scenetta? No, bene. Non so se il resto del gruppo è stato curato. Spero di sì, ma non credo. Ok, qua non si può fare niente. Possiamo glitchare leggermente il gioco, ma non voglio continuare a farlo. Cerchiamo di uscire più che altro.
No, leave us. I simply wish to speak with my daughter. Now go.
Father. You never learned to knock first, no matter how many times I asked.
It seems like ages.
What have you done with my friends? Where have you taken them?
Your fellow conspirators are held in the dungeon.
The dungeon? I'd feared that. So they yet live?
As for the Wind Vestal,
Agnes! What will you do with her? You'll bring ruin upon Eternia if you harm a hair on her head!
you speak of ruin. It is you and your conspirators who nearly brought ruin upon this land. Crystalism is a cult, a tool for deceiving the masses. We can trust them with the crystals no longer. The Wind Vestal shall never again see the light of day. And should she persist with her uncooperative attitude,
Then it's as I feared. You'll have her executed, though she was merely caught in a web spun of your selfish ideals!
selfish, you say?
Well, they are, aren't they? You send big men to chase down and capture one little girl? You wage war far and wide? You ravage nature? You bring suffering upon innocents? Are those your ideals, Father? What is it you're trying to do? I don't understand. I just don't understand.
I did not raise you to be such a shallow little fool.
Father, why do you say such things?
The Earth Crystal is now the last of the crystals here upon Luxendark to retain its normal state. All who seek to awaken the crystal, whether the Vestal or my own flesh and blood, shall face the wrath of my blade! You shall remain here whilst you regain your senses.
And just how long am I to be your prisoner?
Until you realize the error of your ways! Redouble the guard. My daughter poses a graver threat than you might think.
It's as I feared. Father does not understand.
Lord DeRosso, Your Grace, what brings you here? It has been 15 years since you last ventured forth.
15, you say? It brings me joy to see what a fine Grand Marshal you have become. For an immortal such as I, 15 years seems but a fleeting moment in time. Do you recall that day? It was dreadfully cold by your reckoning, though just the sort of weather in which I delight. Upon ceding the head counselor's seat to you, I retired to my castle and partook of a goblet of steaming wine. And now 15 years have passed since you rid yourself of me by naming me Archduke. But I ask you, are you content? You seized the Earth Crystal and laid waste to the places sacred to the Orthodoxy. And you brought the crystals under the dominion of man, exploiting them to build your ideal society. All great deeds we failed to accomplish. You should be proud.
I did it not for pride.
I would have you accept my words as true, for there is no veiled reproach therein. Indeed, you have acted most valiantly, unlike we who have long done naught but watch from the shadows. And yet, you have been too hasty, brave the Templar. I fear I do not share your urgency, for my life has spanned 2,400 years. But I understand the reasoning therein, and it is from such understanding that I say you have been too hasty.
Though 15 years have passed, you have changed not one bit. However, if I might respond...
Father just doesn't understand. Right. All ready. It's quite a way to the dungeon, but I'll manage.
Forgive me, Lord Marshal. Is ITA here with you?
No, she is not. She was supposed to be confined to her chambers.
Yes, Lord Marshal, she was. But she suddenly disappeared.
What's this? We're not the sentries vigilant?
They claim never to have stepped from their post. Her chamber door was never opened.
Then how could she have?
Her father's daughter indeed. She acts from the same sentiments, those sentiments that you once held for the Crystal Orthodoxy.
How could you know that? Have you not been away from this land these 15 years?
Was it not you who drove me to exile? Well, be that as it may. But to one such as I, you and your daughter are one and the same. Passionate, stubborn, not even 100 years old. So it is I can understand what both father and daughter are thinking, simply by watching. You ought try speaking with her, and listening too. Your time for such opportunities grows short. Crystalism. Anti-crystalism. The quarrel between you and your daughter is but a proxy for that clash of ideas. Open your heart before it is too late. The very future of this world hangs in the balance.
You truly have not changed, have you?
Is that so? Well, you must forgive me. But lest you forget, it was you who appointed me Archduke.
I know the dungeon key is around here somewhere. Found it! Now to free everyone.